but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember.
Welcome everybody here in Atlanta, the cleanracing.net Atlanta 120. I am Mike Demoni up here in the booth all by myself this week as we get ready for qualifying. You can look back to last week's race we had at Iowa. That was dominated by Joey Styres, about 159 laps of the 160. Rhett Tucker had an up and down day, coming home in second, followed by Andrew Mcgonagall and Mike Van Houten finished out the top four. We get set for qualifying here. Watching practice, we saw a couple guys up towards the top of our list that seem to be up there regularly. Mike Van Houten and Joey Styres both ran a 31.33. We'll see if either one of those guys can get it going here. See Josh Lilly out on the track. Mike Van Houten also, and Evan Kinney as well. We will have a stage break at lap 50. All the important bonus points that is needed to catch this runaway leader, Joey Styres. Joey Styres right now has a 32-point lead over Evan Kinney. Mike Van Houten's just behind them as well. You see Josh Lilly jump up there with a 31.49. Mike Van Houten not too far behind. Brian Sullivan as well. See if Mike Van Houten can improve on his first lap run there. .41. Evan Kinney still out on the track. Looks like he's coming in. Like Nathan Brown jumped up there with the 31.42. Kenneth Pack on track now. Justin Carey and Austin Carey with a pair of 31.7s. Like Andrew Mcgonagall out on track and finished it up his second lap. Still have a few trucks that have yet to take a qualifying lap here at Atlanta. Like we're about ready to close out qualifying with like 6 trucks have not taken qualifying lap at the moment. Guys begin to grid up here. Mike Van Houten gets the pole. We'll get this race info here. We're doing 120 laps here at Atlanta. Temperature 79 degrees. Track temperature 127. We look forward to having a good, clean race with these guys. These guys pride themselves on racing good, clean. We'll go through the field here. We have Mac Van Houten starting in the pole position with that 31.42. Nathan Brown to his outside. Row 2 is Andrew Mcgonagall and Rhett Tucker. Joey Stiers and Josh Lilly. Round out row 3, Austin Carey, Jason Higginbaum, row 4. Kenneth Pack and Chris Smith in 9 and 10. Nathan Rogue and Jeremy Moore, 11th and 12th. And we have Justin Carey and Evan Kinney, Brian Sullivan, Jeremy Morrison, John Anthony, Dustin Harrell, Kevin Haas, Jamie LaRourke, Mike Thomas, Kyle McCrate, Frederick Garcia, Dave Chatfield, Greg Barnett, and Stephen Tuck round out the field with Emily Urias. Alright, and they are rolling off here. Getting ready for 120 laps here at Atlanta. Guys have raced here 4 times previously. Joey Stiers won back in season 3 and 4, Evan Kinney in season 5, and Vern Markheim in season 9. We'll see if we can have a new winner this week, or if Joey Stiers returns to dominance after kind of being called out in those Brownie power rankings last week. He dominated that race in Iowa, brought him up to the #1 position in those power rankings. Lights are out on that pace truck as he dives to the inside. Field's under Mike Van Houten's control, and he is off and away, and we are green here at Atlanta. Mike Van Houten out to an easy lead. Looks like Rhett Tucker's following in behind him. Nathan Brown on that outside lane. Probably going to be looking for somewhere to go into the inside as he almost gets into Mcgonagall on the inside there. Mcgonagall saves it and gets behind Brown, and Josh Lilly is trying to make a pass on Mcgonagall there. Josh Lilly on the inside of Mcgonagall and Brown, trying to make that side work. As you see, Rhett Tucker jump to the outside of Mike Van Houten there. There, side by side through the corner. Like Rhett Tucker jumps to the lead as Mcgonagall goes around. And we are under caution. Go back and take a look here. As you see, Josh Lilly just slide up the track a little ways and get into the back of Mcgonagall. Mcgonagall slides down and catches Mike Van Houten, and around he goes. Go back to the front here. Lap 3, Rhett Tucker's up in front, followed by Nathan Brown, Andrew Mcgonagall, Josh Lilly, and Joey Stiers at the moment. Looks like Andrew Mcgonagall, Joey Stiers, and Jason Higginbaum and Chris Smith are all thinking about going to the pits. Oh, nope, Joey stayed out. Andrew McGonagall's in the pits as well. Well, for 4 laps in this race, it's definitely been exciting. Side-by-side racing with a little accident happening up front. But like I said, these guys have raced here a few times before. And with only 3 races left, including this one for the championship, these drivers are going to try and make the most of Atlanta, because next week we head to Dakota, and I've heard that it's not some of these drivers' favorite tracks. All right, so as we reset this field, we got Rhett Tucker in first, Nathan Brown in second, Josh Lilly in third, Joey Stiers fourth, Jason Higginbaum in fifth, Austin Carey in sixth, Chris Smith in seventh, Kenneth Pack in eighth, Jeremy Moore in ninth, and Evan Kinney rounding out the top 10. McGonagall's back on track. Mike Thomas as well. And Mike Van Houten as well. Looks like Mike Van Houten stayed in there and got a lot of his damage replaced, as did Andrew Mcgonagall. We'll see if these guys have something left as we're getting doubled up, ready to go back to green flag racing. If we can If we can ride along with Brett Tucker here as he comes to the green. Pace truck's going to make that hard left-hand turn, and the field is under Brett Tucker's control, and he is taking off, and we are green flag racing at the moment. It's like Josh Lilly is able to jump down in front. Of Nathan Brown there, and Joey Stires is right behind him. Brett Tucker's out to about a half-second lead. Josh Lilly, Nathan Brown, Joey Stires, and Jason Higginbaum. Austin Carey are all in a single file line trying to catch him. Go back through the field here a little ways. We have a little bit of side-by-side racing. Jump up and see Kenneth Pack there with Evan Kinney just in front of him. Looks like they're going to try and get a run on this 22 truck of Austin Carey. They're almost 3 wide behind them with Jeremy Moore, Nathan Rowe, and Chris Smith. Like Brett Tucker just ran the fastest lap of the race that time. It was 31.41. As we see Evan Kinney making that pass, making that high side work. Just to the outside of Jason Higginbaum there. Looks like he will be able to get by and clear and get to towards the back bumper of Joey Stires there. Looks like Joey Stires is losing a little bit of ground on Nathan Brown in that 92 truck. So they're 2 wide back here, trying to fight it out. Almost looks like they're forming a V there. You see the 22 truck of Austin Carey go down to the inside. Oh, the 12 of Kenneth Pack just got into the back of Jason Higginbaum. See if I can get a different angle here. He went spinning around there. Like he just drifted up just a little bit. Rear bumper just caught that 12 and around he goes. 44 of Jason Higginbaum went around upside down in every which way. Go back up here to the front. Brett Tucker was running away a little ways. You see Joey Stires fake to the pits and just stay on track. So we're under the second caution here of the cleanracing.net Atlanta 120. Round 8. Like I said, there's 2 more rounds to go after this. One being Coda, and they'll finish up the season at Homestead. will have that stage break somewhere around lap 50. Those all important bonus points, especially if you're Evan Kinney, Mike Van Houten, or Lane Hausler there. You need to get every point that you can to catch up to Joey Stiers. Absolutely, as they make their way around with these caution laps. Back into like I said, they raced here 4 times before. Seems to be one of their harder tracks they have to race. They've had an average of 5 cautions in those last 4 races they've had here. Looks like they've had quite a few different people in the top 10 of those 4 races. Only 4 guys have finished in the top 3 or top 10 in 3 of those races. Frederick Garcia, Joey Stiers, Tyler Polsley, Stephen Tuck. But Evan Kinney and Joey Stiers both have finished in the top 2 or top 5 in 2 of those 4 races, with of course Joey Stiers finished winning the first 2 races they've held here back in season 3 and 4. Looks like we're gonna get doubled up and ready to go again. Brett Tucker, Josh Lilly on the front row, Nathan Brown, Joey Stiers in row 2. Evan Kinney and Austin Carey, row 3. Nathan Rourke and Jeremy Moore behind them. Chris Smith and Justin Carey round out the top 10. That pace truck makes that hard left-hand turn, feels under Rhett Tucker's control, and he is off and away. Gets that jump he had last time. Josh Lilly on the outside, Nathan Brown on the inside. Like Nathan Brown's going to try and look to the inside of Josh Lilly at the moment. Joey Stiers behind that. You see Evan Kinney try and make up his mind where he wants to go as Joey Stiers jumps to the inside of Nathan Brown. Behind them, we have Nathan Rogue looking to the inside of Austin Carey, as well as Justin Carey looking to the inside as well. Joey Stiers was able to clear Nathan Brown, and they are looking to catch Josh Lilly. Looks like Rhett Tucker has made up the ground that he started to give in on that caution there. He's up to almost a half-second lead. Back towards the back of the field here. Nathan Brown's almost getting 3 wide stuck in the middle as Evan Kinney is looking to his outside. Looks like Nathan Rogue has that nice run on the inside as well. Evan Kinney gets to the back bumper and Nathan Brown dumps to the inside. Going to try and make that pass here in the corner. Nathan Rogue sees that as well, and he's going to try and pass Brown as well. And Andrew Mcgonagall, after that early race incident, is moving his way back up into the top 10 at the moment, sitting position number 7. Like Josh Lilly's trying to close some of that ground, use that high line to get to Rhett Tucker. We'll see if he can make that work as he's closing ground. Looks like he's going to go to the outside. Rhett Tucker kind of drifts up a little bit, forces him to go closer to the wall. Josh Lilly to his outside, gets almost to his rear quarter panel. We'll see if he can have that run off and clear. There, side by side, down into the corner here. Rhett Tucker lets him go as Josh Lilly ducks down in front of him to complete the pass. Looks like Joey Stiers has a rearview mirror full of Evan Kinney at the moment. Evan Kinney got right to his back bumper, had to slow down a little bit, and now he's going to try and make that pass on the outside. Joey Stiers drifts back up in front of him. Evan Kinney's trying to close in again. We'll look and see if he decides to stay high or go low as Joey Stiers dumps down to the inside line. Evan Kinney still to his back bumper. It looks like he'll drop down to the low side and make that pass. Nathan Brown sees that as well, and he's going to try and leave Joey Stiers out to dry. Nathan Rogue's following through as well. He gets about to Joey Stiers' door, but can't quite close it. As he starts to drift up a little ways, Joey Stiers crosses Nathan Brown up, jumps to the inside. He's going to try and make that pass in this corner. Side by side still. Nathan Brown to his outside, Joey Stiers to the inside. Behind them, Andrew Mcgonagall and Nathan Rogue are side by side as well. Joey Stiers is still side by side with Nathan Brown. See if he's going to be able to clear him coming out of this corner. Like Josh Lilly has put up almost a second on Rhett Tucker up front at the moment. These two guys are out there running away. But Evan Kinney is closing fast on Rhett Tucker. Like he'll jump to the outside and try and make a pass. Rhett Tucker got down almost to the apron, bobbled a little bit, which will allow Evan Kinney to come to the inside when he goes to the outside. Evan Kinney makes that pass. Joey Stiers looking to the inside as well. Looks like Rhett Tucker's going to get stuck on that outside. And just behind them, we have Nathan Brown and Nathan Rohr going at it as well. Joey Stiers is on the inside trying to pass Rhett Tucker as they're side by side through 1 and 2. Still side by side. See if Joey Stiers can make the pass or if Rhett Tucker's going to be able to hold him off and keep running that line. But as they keep fighting back and forth, Josh Lilly is out to over a second lead at the moment. Looks like Joey Stiers is going to be able to clear off. And as he does that, and things look like they're going to start settling down a little bit, we've got the two Nathans doing battle here in the 92 and 91 truck. The 91 and Nathan Rohr, and the 92 and Nathan Brown. Back through the field, see if we can pick up some more action here as these guys are kind of settling down and going to log some laps. As we do that, why don't we go picture in picture and take a view from our sponsors.
That took time, all of them within 3.5 tenths of each other tonight is going to be a very closely competitive race.
As the field works its way out of the 3-4 complex, the only thing that's left to say is wipe the visor, adjust the 5-point safety harness, because race fans, it's showtime!
Amazing looking cars already. Green flag will fly.
Oh, they're wrecking! Well, one thing that you're going to see at this track that we haven't seen the last few weeks is a surface that's multi-group. I think this is the first multi-group surface we're going to have.
After an amazing race at Daytona, we now come to the West Coast and Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California for the second round of the Way She Goes Racing League Cup Series.
And as we come back, saw in that break there, we saw Joey Stires was able to get around Evan Kinney. We'll see if Joey has anything for Josh Lilly at the moment. Here they go again. Biggest mover of the night is Evan Kinney. Looks like he did not have the qualifying run he wanted. The 10 positions now to position 3. Like Rhett Tucker's slowing down a little bit, getting past here by, or almost getting past here by Nathan Brown. Nathan Brown floated back a little bit. Looks like he was maybe trying to save a little bit of his tires or had a little bit of problem, but he is back going again. His rear bumper is Andrew Mcgonagall. As you see, Austin Carey jump down to the inside, going to make that pass on Andrew Mcgonagall there for 6th place. See if he can carry it through the corner. Like he cannot. It looks like he has to slow down just a little bit. It's a little bit hard coming into that corner. But he's still side by side with Andrew Mcgonagall. Back and forth they go. You see Nathan Brown jump to the inside of Rhett Tucker. Looks like this bottom line, they can get there, but they just don't have enough to pass at the moment. As Austin Carey is able to complete that pass on the 79 of Andrew Mcgonagall. Justin Carey follows right behind him. He's got about a half truck length on Andrew Mcgonagall on his outside. You see Brian Sullivan sitting back there, hoping that he can make this inside lane work as well. as he jumps down to the inside of Andrew Mcgonagall. And we go back and we have Jeremy Moore. And then about a second off of his bumper is Chris Smith. And like Nathan Brooke had a little bit of problem and fell back. 12th position at the moment as looks like he's going to try and pass Chris Smith on the inside. And behind them we have Jeremy Morrison, Kevin Haas, Kyle McCreet. And after an early incident, Mike Van Houten is back here sitting in 16th place after qualifying up front. And Dustin Harnell, John Anthony, Mike Thomas, Dave Shatford, Amy Leroy, Frederick Garcia, and Greg Barnett is out there in the POW MIA truck, running like a lap down. And he is still out there working hard. And we have Kenneth Pack and Jason Higginbotham quite a ways down as well. We go back up front. Looks like Joey Stiers was able to pass Josh Lilly as they're side by side. Father and son ding-donging on the lead. Josh Lilly on his outside has a little half a car length in front. Joey Stiers gets a little loose, and Josh Lilly's able to pass or stay out in front as Joey Stiers had to gather that truck back in. Like we've always said, catching people are one thing, passing them is something else. As these top three trucks go back and forth, makes you wonder what this points battle would be like if it wasn't for an ill-timed one-race suspension for Josh Lilly that caused him to sit out a race. See if he would have had enough to close in on the points gap of Joey Stiers. Like I said, Evan Kenney's not too far out. He's only 32 points back. Joey Stiers jumps to the inside. Looks like he might have enough to... Oh, no. Josh Lilly still led that lap. Josh Lilly on the outside, Joey Stiers on the inside. Looks like Joey Stiers is going to be able to pass him coming out of 2 here. And Josh will get right on his back bumper and follow in line at the moment. Looks like Evan Kinney's closing in on Josh Lilly as well. And behind those guys, we've got quite a gap. These top three are just running away with the race. As you see, Evan Kinney jump to the inside of Josh Lilly, going to try and make this pass. Just can't quite do it. Looks like they get a pretty big run, but Josh is able to hold him off. But we've seen several trucks get out to a second lead and not be able to keep it up at the moment. As you see, Joey Stiers, Josh Lilly, and Kinney are all pretty close at the moment. Evan Kinney is going to complete that pass on Josh Lilly as Josh Lilly wound up going to the outside wall. Not close enough to touch it, but pretty close anyway. Looks like Joey Stiers is out to a half-second lead. Like Josh Lilly is slowing up. Might have burned up his tires trying to run up front there. But we are 6 laps away from the stage break. And it looks like Joey Stiers is on his way to improving his points lead at the moment. We'll go back here to see what Rhett Tucker and Justin Carey are doing side by side, trying to get every bonus point they can. As you see, it looks like Austin Carey was slipping and sliding a little bit, trying to find a groove, but he jumps down to the inside line. See if he can try and make a pass. Guys are still side by side. Brett Tucker, Justin Carey, Austin Carey just behind them. And we have Brian Sullivan and Nathan Rourke on his way, moving back up. He was all the way down to 12th or 13th place last time we checked in on him. And he is up in 7th at the moment. As these 4 trucks are battling for that final spot in the bonus points. Brett Tucker just in front of Justin Carey and Austin Carey, who are side by side. It looks like Nathan Rogue is going to come down to the inside. He might take a chance and force it 3 wide if he has the run. Like he's closing in pretty close on Justin Carey's bumper there. Like he'll get right back to the end, but not quite have to have a run. Brian Sullivan closes up on Nathan Rourke after that. We see Nathan Brown back there. Looks like he might have wore off his tires a little bit. Gets to his insides, Jeremy Morrison. As we go back towards the front, Joey Stiers and Evan Kinney are going to battle it out for this last lap. See who gets the most bonus points. Evan Kinney to his inside, Joey Stiers to the outside. Oh, Kinney got a little loose there. Joey Stiers pulls in front. Joey Stiers still out in front. Evan Kinney behind him, going to try and close that gap. See if he will have anything to make this final run to get that extra point on Joey Stiers. Like I said, he's 32 points back. He needs every point he can get. It does him really no good if Joey Stiers gets more points than he does. And as we're coming to the line, looks like Joey Stiers is going to get that bonus point. Joey Stiers gets the 5 bonus points. Evan Kinney 4, Josh Lilly 3, Brett Tucker 2, and Nathan Rourke got up there with being P5. Get that other bonus point. Let's see if we can talk to our stage winner here. Hey Joey, Mike in the booth, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey man, nice run there to close out that that stage. How's the truck feeling tonight?
Truck feels pretty good. I was really saving my tires there on the start of the race there, so it wasn't until about probably lap 25 where I really started kind of kicking it in gear, and I could really tell I was that much faster than the guys in front of me. And then there was about 2 laps to go there, and I just brushed the wall, so I lost a lot of momentum to Evan, and I don't know how bad I'm hurt, but I scraped the wall just a little bit, so I got that to deal with now. But we'll kind of do the same thing the end of this race here, just kind of manage the tires and see where we're at the end.
All right, well, I will let you go, and we'll hopefully be talking to you at the end of the race.
Alrighty, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks, man. All right, that was your stage winner in Joey Stiers. You heard him there trying to save those tires, and like he got a little bit loose, scraped that wall. We'll see if he stays in the pits a little bit to get that get whatever damage he had fixed. As you see here, looks like Evan Kinney's going to beat him off a pit road. Josh Lilly right behind him. So looks like Joey Stires is still sitting there, getting all that damage he can fixed up. And we will see if he can make a run. On lap 53 laps in the books. Saw a few cautions. Some good racing. Had some guys kind of fall off and then come back to the front. And we had some guys that started towards the back and make their way to the front. Looks like right now, Evan Kinney is up 12 positions to lead him to the green on this next restart. Josh Lilly's up 4. Justin Carey coming in 11 positions to the good. Brian Sullivan up 12. Austin Carey up 3. Jeremy Morrison up 9. Kevin Haas up 12. And Jeremy Moore up 4. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. Go ahead, give us a like, share, follow. And if you're in the chat, let us know who you're rooting for. And I've seen a couple of our drivers in there wishing everybody good luck, and we'll see how this goes. We've got Bob Carey cheering for Austin. So if you're in there, let us know you're watching. Let us know who you're rooting for, and we'll give them a little extra screen time. If we can, we'll ride around here with Evan Kinney as we come to green. That new Gen Logistics LLC truck, a little showtime. As you can see right here, the pace lights are out on the truck. We are going to be going green on lap 56. 4 laps away from halfway. So everybody come in to pit and get their fresh tires and full of fuel. See if they have what it takes to make it to the next pit stop here, or they need to come in and make an adjustment sooner than they'd like. Looking at the moment, Joey Stires is coming out of the pits in 15th, 16th position. Like he spent extra time in there trying to make that truck as fast as it was before he scraped that wall. As we get ready to go, Evan Kinney is under control. And he is away. Like he'll jump to the middle of the track, try and arc that corner. You see Justin Carey almost to his inside bumper there. Like he's going to try and close that gap. You see these guys running multiple grooves here. We have some guys that are running clear down towards the bottom, and then others that are trying to arc that corner and save some tires, it looks like. We got Josh Lilly still up in 3rd position. Has been relatively steady all night. Like he's going to make that pass on Justin Carey on the outside. See if he can close the gap on Evan Kinney, who's up to about a 1/4 second gap. Take a listen as these guys go around the track for a moment. Josh Lilly able to clear Justin Carey, and like he's going to try and close that ground on Evan Kinney. Evan Kinney's out to quarter-second lead. Like I said, Justin Carey, Austin Carey right behind them. And then about a half-second back, we've got Brian Sullivan and Jeremy Moore side by side. Like Jeremy Moore is able to drop to the inside and make a clean pass on Brian Sullivan. And we've got Jeremy Morrison and Kevin Haas. Jeremy Morrison to the inside, Kevin Haas to the outside. Side-by-side action. Doing that throughout the field today. And it looks just behind them, Mike Van Hooten's into the top 10 after that early race accident. You see Rhett Tucker to the outside of Dustin Harrell making that pass. Mike Van Hooten's trying to pass Jeremy Morrison on the inside. Rhett Tucker's looking to make it 3 wide. Rhett Tucker in the middle, Mike Van Hooten to the inside, and Josh Morrison to the outside, or Jeremy Morrison to the outside. Jeremy Morrison is going to fall back. Rhett Tucker and Mike Van Hooten still side by side, battling out for this 8th position. Still side by side. Looks like Rhett Tucker's going to be able to get to the outside and clear Mike Van Hooten at the moment. Mike Van Hooten jumps behind him and settle down a little ways. We can get a more last log. You see Dustin Harrell running that second one. If he's able to make that work. Work through the field here. Got Nathan Rode in 11th. Jeremy Morrison from Ontario in 12th. Chris Smith. I said Greg Barnett from South Carolina in that POW MIA. I love the design on this truck. You see that kind of hidden American flag in that paint scheme. And we go back here, we have Joey Stiers. Led most of the laps in that first stage. Coming to the end here, but like he said in his interview, he hit that wall and had to stay in the pits and get a little damage. As you can still see, looks like his back end's still a little messed up at the moment. And we go to the 3 truck of Mike Thomas. The Miller High Life, number 15 of Jamie LaRourke. Dave Chatfield in the Jugs, 62. Frederick Garcia making the pass on the inside of the 12 truck. Kyle McCray. And we have Nathan Brown. Looks like he's falling back quite a ways, down 19 positions. Just around Syracuse and New York. Let's go back up front. Like we have Evan Kinney and Josh Lilly battling it out up here. Like Josh Lilly gets a run and just can't quite get there. Sherry Stone in the truck, or in the chat rooting for the Rhett Tucker in the 99 truck. Tommy Stuff rooting for the 38 of Greg Barnett. Like I said, let us know who you're rooting for. We'll definitely try and get these guys a little extra screen time. See if we can get a better look at this team. Vets that are watching, I just want to say thank you for your service and God bless. Like I said, look at that American flag kind of hidden there in that paint scheme. Beautiful job, whoever painted that. They definitely deserve a round of applause. back up front here. It looks like gonna have a battle for third and fourth between the Carries. Justin Carey up front and Austin Carey right behind him in the 21 and 22 trucks. They've kind of been around each other all night. If we can see where Rhett Tucker is back here. He was running up front for a while. Kind of fell back, but we saw him do that last week as well. Looks like he had to make a good adjustment last week, and he went running back towards the front. So we'll see if that's another thing. Maybe he learned something in that first run. He wants to save his tires a little bit and have them later in the run. I think 5 trucks stacked up right there. Brett Tucker, Dustin Parnell, Mike Van Houten, Nathan Rourke, and Jeremy Morrison. Like our hopefully closest battle on track at the moment. Evan Kinney's out to a little over a half-second lead on Josh Lilly. Evan Kinney's one of our biggest movers up 12 positions. Josh Lilly is up 4. Two-time CleanRacing.net champion. We got Justin Carey, Austin Carey, and Brian Sullivan trying to make a run here. Let's go on board with Evan Kinney here and take a lap around the track. Get almost to that wall, and then kind of let off the gas, feather it a little bit as it comes to the corner. Just as it starts to flatten out, we'll get right back into it. You do the same thing here. It gets almost to that outside wall, lets off the throttle, feathers it a little bit. As soon as it starts to flatten out again, he gets right back into it. Evan Kinney now out to 3/4 of a second lead over Josh Lilly. And we have like a good battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th between Justin Carey, Austin Carey, and Brian Sullivan. We saw these trucks were able to easily make it the 50 laps in stage 1. We did have quite a few cautions. This one here from the stage break on has been green. If it stays green, I'd imagine we're probably going to see some guys trying to decide whether or not they want to pit a little bit early and run to the end, or maybe they're just going to run to, I'd say, lap 95, 100, hit there and see if that helps them with a little fresher tires towards the end of the race. They do have 3 sets. It looks like most of the guys put on a set when they were in the pits last time. As you see Brian Sullivan making that pass on Austin Carey. Austin Carey's not going to let him go, though. He's still to his outside bumper there. As you see Kyle McCrate making his way back up onto the track. Brian Sullivan and Austin Carey are still side by side. Brian Sullivan able to clear him, jumps up in front of him. Austin Carey right to his back bumper, though. Won't let him go that easy. Looks like we... See Brian Sullivan trying to get that run on Justin Carey. Like he'll get to his door, but Justin Carey pulls away a little bit, coming into the corner. Brian Sullivan drives it in hard. Looks like he is going to be able to clear him, as Austin Carey started to make the same move, but decides better of it and jumps up behind Justin Carey. These three trucks are our closest battle at the moment on track for position. Like Evan Kinney is improving his lead with every lap. Brian Sullivan is up to third place. He's up 13 positions. But they're gonna try and sort this out and see if they can get a run on Josh Lilly. Looks like these guys have definitely slowed down the lap times they're running. Last lap of the race was a 31.70 and the last lap was a 33.67. Go back to the field. Justin Carey, Austin Carey, Kevin Haas, Jeremy Moore. Looks like Kyle McCrae's right beside him. Kyle McCrae looks like a couple laps down at the moment. We got Nathan Rourke, Jeremy Morrison, Mike Van Houten sits in position 10. Greg Barnett is up to 11, 15 positions from where he started from. We got Chris Smith, Joey Stiers. You see Jeremy Moore is in the pits. Looks like he might be trying to pit strategy pit a little bit early. Mike Thomas, Nathan Brown just in front of him. Dave Chatfield, Dustin Harrell, Jamie LaRourke, and Frederick Garcia. We go back up front. Evan Kinney is out to second and a half lead over Josh Lilly. Brian Sullivan is closing the gap on Josh Lilly with every lap. Less than a quarter of a second behind him, closing in on a 10th. And as we do that, we are going ahead and take our second break before these pit stops start happening. Once again, thanks everybody for tuning in. This is the ESBN Broadcasting Network.
drivers that took time, all of them within 3.5 tenths of each other tonight is going to be a very closely competitive race.
As the field works its way out of the 3-4 complex, the only thing that's left to say is wipe the visor, adjust the 5-point safety harness, because race fans, it's showtime!
Amazing looking cars already. Green flag will fly.
Oh, they're wrecking! Well, one thing that you're going to see at this track that we haven't seen the last few weeks is a surface that's multi-group. I think this is the first multi-group surface we're going to have.
After an amazing race at Daytona, we now come to the West Coast and Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California for the second round of the Way She Goes Racing League Cup Series.
Well, as we were away, we saw a few cars come in and take their pit stop. Looks like Jeremy Moore pitted on lap 81. Josh Lilly on lap 85. Justin Carey as well. Looks like Evan Kinney did on lap 86. So of the cars that hit it on lap 85 or later, looks like Josh Lilly is in front. Jeremy Moore pitted on lap 81. But current race leader is Jeremy Morrison. But look not too far behind him is the 23 of Joey Stiers. Morrison and Stiers have not pitted yet. Mike Thomas as well has not pitted. And Dustin Arnold has not pitted either. Just as I say that, looks like Jeremy Morrison is into the pits, which gives the lead back to Joey Stiers. Now the question for Joey is, when does he come in? He is not coming in this time. It looks like he will try and build up enough momentum to get that lead, but he stays out too long. Josh Lilly just ran a 31.97. Joey Stiers 34.22. Joey Stiers stays out too long. He may have thrown the towel in. I think Joey Stiers is going to have to come in this time, or oh, he is not. He is still staying out. He might be staying out as long as he can, hoping for a caution. But these guys are closing in fast. Josh Lilly and Justin Carey are not that far behind Jeremy Moore. They're only 2 seconds and they're closing with every inch of track. Joey Stiers into the pits. His lead over to Mike Thomas. Looks like Mike Thomas is not able to get down to the inside either, as he was dealing with 2 trucks on his inside. Joey Stiers in the pits. Like Brett Tucker. Joey Stiers is away. It looks like Mike Thomas just passed him to put Joey Stiers a lap down. We'll see if those fresh tires can get his lap back to hardware, or if he's gonna have to, or if Mike's gonna pit and get the lead over to Jeremy Moore. Right now, Jeremy Moore undercut everybody else's pit stops, hitting on lap 81. So he has about a 3/4 second lead on Josh Lilly at the moment, but he is 6.5 seconds behind the current race leader, Mike Thomas. And Josh Lilly's within half a second. Like Josh Lilly's making his way through these lap trucks, as well as Justin Carey's moving as well. Josh Lilly's to the back of the 15 truck of Jamie Leroy. He's going to go to the inside, it looks like. Almost into the grass to make the pass on Jamie Leroy. And he is making a pass on Jeremy Moore to take over the race lead. Josh Lilly back out in front. Jeremy Moore in second. Justin Carey in third. Brian Sullivan in fourth. And Nathan Rourke in fifth. Mike Van Houten is up to 6 positions. He keeps his steady climb. He's working his way back towards the front. You can see Josh Lilly is pulling away Jeremy Moore and Justin Carey. As those two trucks go side by side, looks like Justin Carey, even with the 3 or 4 lap fresher tires, is able to make that pass relatively easy. Brian Sullivan is about 5 seconds behind Jeremy Moore. Looks like he's been a little bit longer in the pits. But right in front of him is Evan Kinney. Evan Kinney is just a lap down, it looks like. We will see if he will be able to make that lap up. But we are 22 laps to go here at Atlanta. As we're closing in on these final laps here, we look forward to next week and wonder what's going to happen with these power rankings after 2 weeks ago. He had Joey Stiers in 7th position, basically just daring him to win at Iowa, and Joey Stiers did not disappoint, winning 4 in a row at Iowa. So they definitely put him up in the first position. Rhett Tucker sits in the 2 position, but sitting in position 4 is our race leader, Josh Lilly at the moment. And from what the power rankings say, looking forward to COTA. There's only one driver, and that is Josh Lilly. But they have raced here before, back in season 6 at COTA, and that was Lane Holsler's win. Stayed green for all 32 laps. Find some action on track as these guys have been shuffled through with their green flag pit stops. I think we have quite a few trucks intermixed here, with Evan Kinney trying to run back towards the front where he was running earlier. We have Josh Lilly up front, Justin Carey in second, Jeremy Moore, Brian Sullivan. We go back to Nathan Rogue, Mike Van Houten, Chris Smith, and Joey Stiers. Jeremy Morrison, Dave Chatfield, and then there's Evan Kinney. Evan Kinney making a pass on Dave Chatfield. to move back up into the top 10. But at the moment, Josh Lilly is a second and a quarter ahead of Justin Carey. If Justin Carey has anything left for him with these final 16 laps. Jeremy Moore in third. Brian Sullivan in fourth, but he has a couple lap trucks to deal with. As you see, the 50, I think that was a 51. What truck that was that got into the wall right there, right in front of these guys here. It was a 62 truck. That was a 62 truck. Go back out front. And Josh Lilly. Brett Tucker's back out on the track, trying to run just a few laps in this place. Never really saw what caused that much damage to the truck. Bring out any caution, but he definitely had a hurting truck. Spent lots of time on pit road to get it fixed. Josh Lilly past Brett Tucker. The Andrew Mcgonagall just there in front of Justin Carey, a few laps down, but he's still running that truck pretty hard. Josh Lilly is up to almost a 2-second lead with 13 laps to go here at Atlanta. Brian Sullivan going to the inside of Jamie LaRourke, trying to close in on the 24 truck of Jeremy Moore. Still side by side, looks like he's going to be able to clear him this time and close in. Then we see the 62 truck of Dave Chatfield coming into the picture as well after getting into the wall, coming back, getting some damage repaired, and he's trying to move up as well. But Evan Kinney's about 12 seconds behind the 9th place truck in Jeremy Morrison. The closest battle we might have on track right now is Jeremy Moore and Brian Sullivan. Brian Sullivan gets almost to his back bumper, but hasn't been able to complete the pass yet as he goes to the high side. See Jeremy Moore slide up a little ways, trying to arc that corner. Brian Sullivan drives down, gets a little bit of a better run. See if he can continue that run down the backstretch. He is still about a half truck length behind him. He is getting a little push from Dave Chatford in that 62 truck. Gets down to the inside. It's almost side by side. See Dave Chatfield come down towards the bottom, like he's going to try and not force a 3 wide, but stay behind these guys and let them sort it out. Maybe push Brian Sullivan. Brian Sullivan in front with Jeremy Moore as he does. Jeremy Moore comes back down to the inside. Into try and cross him up as they head into 1 and 2. Looks like he got a little bit loose. Brian Sullivan's able to continue his run. As Dave Chatfield on that 62 truck makes a run. Looks like he's going to jump down to the inside and pass Brian Sullivan as well. After hitting that wall and coming in for fresh tires, looks like he is one of the quicker trucks on the rack at the moment. Another quick truck that's a couple laps down and has been running really well is a 79 of Andrew Mcgonagall. Had a little bit of trouble there, but he's still out there running. Too many out on track, but we have 7 laps to go. Jump up here to the leader, Josh Lilly. Look at the gap behind him. Nobody's closing in on him. He's got over a 2-second lead at the moment. You can just see there's nobody else in this picture. Even if you look back to Justin Carey, really nobody following behind him. That 3 truck is Mike Thomas, and he's 11 laps down. So these first 3 trucks have quite the gap. I mean, even right now, Brian Sullivan put away Jeremy Moore relatively quickly and has put a 2-second gap on him. You have a half-second gap back to Nathan Rourke there. These are the 2 closest guys on track, it looks like, for position. As we have 4 laps to go here in Atlanta for the CleanRacing.net 120. Jump back up front. We see Josh Lilly still cruising out here with the 2.5-second lead. Justin Carey's relatively comfortable here with his own 2.5, almost 3-second lead. Brian Sullivan as well has a 3-second lead over the 4th place in Jeremy Moore. But Jeremy Moore and Nathan Rourke to the inside. Going to try and make this pass on position to get up into the 4th position. But behind these guys, you are 10.5 seconds back. Mike Van Houten in 6th. Unless something drastic happens, these top 5 runners are going to finish 1st through 5th. Mike Van Houten had a strong truck most of the day, but that little incident at the beginning looks like it might have cost him a race. As well as Joey Stiers. Joey Stiers had a little incident, scraped in the wall. We talked to him earlier. He wound up coming into pits and staying and having that damage fixed, but it looks like he stayed out a little bit too long, and Josh Lilly took advantage. And he is going to take the white flag, and he is going to hit his marks and close out this CleanRacing.net Atlanta 120. Let's take a ride with him as he goes through this final corner, coming to the checkered flag. Like he's going to do a little drifting as he comes to the checkers. Justin Carey in 2nd, Brian Sullivan in 3rd, Nathan Rourke in 4th, Jeremy Moore in 5th. Mike Van Houten going to close it out in 6th. Joey Stiers, Jeremy Morrison, Chris Smith. Well, as we close this out, let's see if we can talk to our winner. He jumps in here. Oh, 1 second. I don't see him either. Guess at the moment, I will get our third place finisher, our second place finisher, Justin Carey. Hey Justin, Mike up in the booth, you got me?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Good. How is it going?
Pretty good. Coming up one spot short.
Yeah, it looks like you had the right idea with pit strategy and everything. What do you think you would have had to do different to catch that 48 at Josh Lilly there?
So we pitted together. I saw he was pitting, and I knew tires are very huge here, so I dove down in with him. He called it mid backstretch, so I just said off of 2 and just called it. I was like, okay, we're gonna go with him. I caught up to him, and I pretty much should have passed him when I caught up to him on track.
Yeah, it looked like you guys had a pretty good race strategy at the moment and didn't have to deal with too many lap trucks at that stage. But anybody you'd like to thank on that truck at the moment?
We'll go with the main sponsors. We got Carrier's Lawn Service, OPE 22 Racing, Cons Racing, Rep Sports, Rays, Outlaw Desert Racing, a little bit of everybody. This cleanracing.net racing league, like it's been a great league ever since I've been involved. So coming up this close once again, congrats to Josh, congrats to everybody in this league, and I'm glad to be racing in it.
Well, thanks for stopping by and allowing us to broadcast this race, and I look forward to maybe talking to you next week.
Absolutely, yep, I will be there.
All right, thanks, Justin.
Have a good one.
Yep. Well, hey, Josh, how is it going?
It's going fantastic. Can't get much better than winning.
Yeah, it looks like you built up a pretty comfortable lead. Was that always the strategy, to pit about 85 or so?
Yeah, that was the strategy from the start, and yeah, ended up working out. Luckily, we didn't get a late race caution, and things just went our way.
Yeah, it kind of looked like Joey was out there hoping that there was going to be a caution, but he was not able to get it, and looks like that kind of did him in, hitting on lap 93. But anyway, I heard that you're going to run pretty well next week. Is this going to make up for having to miss that one race?
Hopefully, morally, I don't expect to win the championship, but hopefully build some confidence to win the championship next season.
Oh, that is good. Anybody you like to thank on that truck?
I'd like to thank Chase Schaffer for painting this truck, making it for me. This is the first race we've run this truck, this Coca-Cola sponsored truck. I'd also like to thank Brownie Racing, Kevin, Nate, and Evan for helping me prepare for this race, and thanks to you guys for broadcasting it.
Well, it is always a pleasure. You guys always put on a great show, and we enjoy following it. So I will let you go and get back to celebrating, but congrats on the win, and look forward to talking to you maybe next week.
Thank you. You too.
All right, everybody. The cleanracing.net Atlanta 120 is official. Go through the results here. We have Josh Lilly in that 48 truck, bringing home the win with almost a 3-second margin of victory over Justin Carey. Brian Sullivan in third, Nathan Rourke in fourth, Jeremy Moore fifth. Mike Van Houten had a little early race caution and wasn't able to come back from that damage, but wound up finishing in 6th place. Joey Stiers in that green 23 finishes 7th. Jeremy Morrison, Chris Smith, Evan Kinney, looks like he had the same problem, just couldn't get back through that field after running up front most of the race. Frederick Garcia, Nathan Brown, Andrew Mcgonagall, Austin Carey, Greg Barnett in 15th, Dustin Harrell, Dave Shatford, Kevin Haas. Jamie LaRourke, Kyle McCrate, Kenneth Pack, and we have John Anthony, Mike Thomas, Rhett Tucker, and John Higginbottom rounding out the top 25. Well, that has been the CleanRacing.net Atlanta 120. Once again, thank everybody for tuning in. Have a great night. Look forward to seeing everybody. Same channel, same place. COTA next week for the CleanRacing.net League. Good night.